challenge with whole numbers, as with most math, isn't the math. It's solving problems. To solve multiplication word problems, follow these steps. First, understand. Read the problem, think about it, and make sure you understand what's being described and what you're being asked to do. Then, plan. Look at keywords and identify what operation or operations you need to do in order to solve the problem. And finally, do the math. Here are some keywords that might indicate you need to multiply: product, a piece, times, of, how many, as much, by, twice, double, how much, as many as. Now note that some of these words, such as how much or how many, could also indicate adding, so you need to think about the problem carefully. For example, a store carries boxes of 1 1/4 inch drywall screws. If each box contains 245 screws and the store has 24 boxes in stock, how many drywall screws does the store have altogether? So first, we're going to read and make sure we understand what's going on and what we're being asked. So each box has 245 screws. There are 24 boxes, and what we need to know is how many screws that is in total. Okay, so second, we're going to plan, and that means we're going to look at keywords to see if that can help identify the operation. In this case, we have how many and all together, and those could actually indicate addition too, so we have to think very carefully. But what we know is there are 245 screws times 24 boxes, so that means we have to multiply. So third, we're going to do the math. So we're going to write the numbers down horizontally with the biggest one on top, and then we would multiply. And when we do so, we're going to find that the product is 5,880 screws. Remember that sometimes problems require more than one operation. For example, the baseball league divided the children into teams. There were enough players for 9 girls' teams and 13 boys' teams. Each team has 12 players. How many players are there in total? So first, you're going to read and think about the problem and make sure you understand. So there's a bunch of kids who are playing baseball, and they've been separated into 9 teams of girls. There are 12 girls on each team, and as well there are 13 teams of boys times 12 players on each team, and what we want to know is how many kids that is in total. So second, you're going to plan. So you're going to look for keywords that can help identify the operation. In this case, we have divided, actually, and total, which could suggest other operations as well, so they aren't much help. We have to think about it carefully. Now, we know there are 9 teams times 12 girls, plus there are 13 teams times 12 boys. So we're going to have to multiply to get the number of girls, and multiply to get the number of boys, and then add them together. So third, we're going to do the math based on our plan. So we said there were 9 teams of girls times 12 players, which is 108 girls altogether, and there were 13 teams of boys times 12 players. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 1 is 2, put in the placeholder, 1 times 3 is 3, we add it up, 156 boys, so we add 156 plus 108 to get the final answer of 264 players altogether. So you can see there actually is more than one way that you could use math to solve a problem. And what you need to do is think about the problem carefully and make a plan to find the answer.